Hello, welcome to Levant TV Headlines. Al-Qaeda's official Syrian wing, the al-Nusra Front, has announced the death of its top military commander, Abu Humam al-Shami, whose insurgent sources said fell victim to a blast targeting a high-level militant meeting. The governor of Iraq's province, Salahuddin al-Jabour, says Iraqi forces are pushing their offensive against the Islamic State group and expect to reach the outskirts of the militant-held city of Tikrit very soon. The United Nations has condemned the bulldozing by the Islamic State group of the ancient city of Nimrud, the jihadist's latest demolition of Iraq's cultural treasures, as a war crime. An Egyptian police official says 15 people have died after a bus collided with a microbus, both carrying commuters along the Ismailia-Cairo highway. And EU Foreign Affairs head Federica Mogherini says a good deal was near as an end March deadline looms over talks on Iran's controversial nuclear program. And now let's have a look at top headlines in papers from the Middle East. Starting from the Lebanon, the Daily Star leads reporting that Hezbollah official Wafiq Safa has met Progressive Socialist Party leader Walid Jumblat following a controversial article about the Druze leader. The paper also reports that a decomposed body thought to be that of a Fatah member missing since last month has been found in the Palestinian refugee camp of al-Hilweh in the southern city of Sidon. The UAE's Khaleej Times leads reporting that after talks with Gulf allies wary of an emerging nuclear deal with Tehran, US Secretary of State John Kerry has said the United States will not take its eye off Iran's destabilizing acts in the Middle East. The paper also reports that the US ambassador to South Korea, Mark Lippert, is recovering from surgery after having his face and arm slashed by a knife-wielding activist in Seoul, an attack applauded by North Korean state media. The Egypt Independent leads reporting that Egypt replaced its interior minister with a retired general who was experiencing combating religious extremism as the country fights radical Islamist militants seeking to topple the Cairo government. The three main countries that share the Nile River's waters have reached a preliminary agreement on a mechanism for operating the Renaissance Dam. Now let's have a look at papers here in London. The Guardian leads Middle East news section reporting that activists, officials and historians have condemned Islamic State for the destruction of the ancient Assyrian archaeological site of Nimrud in Iraq, with UNESCO describing the act as a war crime. The site's destruction is the latest assault by ISIS against the ancient heritage of minorities that have coexisted in the Middle East for a millennia. The Telegraph leads Middle East news section reporting that Al-Qaeda's Syrian wing, the al-Nusra Front, has announced the death of its top military commander, General Military Commander Abu Humam al-Shami, whom insurgent sources said died in an airstrike that targeted senior militant leaders. The jihadist group used social media to announce the three other leaders were also killed. Also from the UK, the Independent leads reporting that an Istanbul court has ordered Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan to pay an artist 10,000 Turkish liras in compensation after the politician called his sculpture a monstrosity. Mehmet Askoy's monument to humanity featured two human figures towering 30 meters above the eastern city of Kars and was designed to symbolize reconciliation between Turkey and Armenia. And now let's have a look at top headlines in international papers. China's Global Times reports that the Palestinian government said that it has started preparations to join the World Trade Organization with the support of the EU. Palestinian Deputy Prime Minister Mohammed Mustafa said that the membership of the World Trade Organization will boost the Palestinian endeavors to re-examine its economic ties with Israel, which did not abide by the Peace Accord and Paris Economic Protocol. And finally, from Berlin, the Deutsche Welle reports that Palestinian officials said that the Central Council of the Palestinian Liberation Organization ended a two-day meeting by calling for cessation of all forms of security coordination with Israel. Neither the PLO nor the Palestinian Authority gave a date for implementing the Central Council's resolution, nor indicated whether it would be implemented. For more updates, please visit levant.tv. Thanks for watching and bye for now.